Good evening, everyone, and thank you once again for joining our enlightenment through meditation session. And we have been calling them self awareness session or going within session or whatever pleases you. But this is all about connecting within ourselves and following the path of truth. And we have been talking about happiness, and today's topic is going to be competition and happiness, because we all know that we are always competing in life. So before I go deeper into the topic for today, let me thank you enough and say that all your body parts who took the direction from mine to sit down, maybe standing up, but be able to concentrate and sit in front of computer to watch the session and get whatever we can get out of it to make our happiness more and more pronounced in our life. Because the purpose of life is to be happy. Generally, if we meet with people who are going into their lives and progressing in their lives and have come to almost an end to their life due to many different reasons. Sometimes there are so many literature available, and it says that if you ask that individual, how do you feel? They go about, we did this, we did everything in our lives, but we couldn't be happy. We never realized what is happiness. So, from that perspective, as well as our own perspective, when we do something and we feel good, we are happy, it gives a different pleasure to ourselves, and we want to do it again because we starve for that happiness. What is it? So, today we will be talking about competition and happiness, because we are in a society. So, we will go over what our society wants, what it expects, and we being the social animal of that society, what it is all like, you know. Then, being in the society, what is its teaching? Because we are social, right? Our parents, our closest connection, our friends, our relatives, our city, our county, our state, it keeps on increasing, right? But what does it teach us? What does it teach us? Does it teach us happiness? Or then goes to, they teach us, and what do we learn? Because we are learning, as from little we are growing older and older, we are learning something. So society, it's teaching us, we are learning, and our growth with these learnings, if we take them all, right? If we are teaching something to someone, if it 100% doesn't go, 10%, 20%, 30%, some people are very strong. They go, no, I don't believe in this. I'm going to do it this way. But not everyone. Majority of us are followers. So we take all these learnings and our growth with these, and ultimately the question comes, I wrote here, will we be happy, question mark. But then I wrote, will we be ever happy with those kind of learnings? So let's look into this, like what does our society teaches us, you know, what are we learning, and what are the teachings? And if those teachings remain that way, would we ever find happiness? And it is related to competition today. So when we take birth, we are a child, you know, we are growing. Our first connection of society is our parents, our brothers and sisters. Our small house, we interact. If we have a pet, we are interacting with the pet, so we are learning. And many things happen in that learning. So for example, we learn that our this brother is very sharp, he gets a stamp that he's a very bright kid, and this kid is like that, and my sister is not so smart, and I am still here wherever I am. And you should be competitive, you should be living, you should be learning from them and make sure you are ahead in the game. Then we go to school, and then we have now classroom, and the teacher goes and tells us whatever we are doing. You are not in this good, you are good. And this is all positive things as well. But then it also teaches us you need to compete. You have to be in competition. How you dress yourself, if you attract or you don't attract, your life is impacted. Look at that person, how they are dressing. You are behind in the game, you are ahead in the game. So as soon as we start coming up in our lives, we are growing in many ways, but one thing is competition is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, because if we look carefully in our lives, there are so many parts. You eat, how do you eat, what do you eat, which restaurant do you eat, and how do you handle yourself, what is your demeanor, is it good, is it likable, will your friends go with you, all this comes in time. Then how you dress, like I said, how you talk to someone else, how you are in your school, how are your extracurricular activities, all this. And in this competition, sometimes, majority of the times, we find out that we are so tense. And then we say, please don't get stressed out. Although as a society, we are putting all that stress. If there is a competition and mother has two daughters and both of them are singers, and she has three friends who are also singers or actresses, I want my child to win. And for her to win, if I have to push some things, I have to do some wrongdoings, it's okay, I can manage it. As long as I can manage and I am not disturbed by it, it's okay, not realizing that for who I am doing is also watching. And when she or he is watching, they are taking that. And the spirit of competition, and for whatever reason, after we did all those tricks and tags, if we don't win, we are angry, we are upset, we are trying to find faults. Sometimes to the organizer, sometimes to the planner, sometimes to the stage, sometimes to the mic, sometimes to the players, sometimes to music, sometimes the light. I mean, we want to find a reason why we did not succeed, and we come out completely angry, frustrated, stressed, to a point we may be sick the next day. So is it a good teaching that we are getting, and we are putting it to our younger generation, and they are learning, and then we want to be happy? Do we really want to be happy? And out of all that, even if we, let's say, did some foul play and we won even the game or whatever that maybe we were going to in competition, our heart knows the truth. So what will happen now? On the face we are smiling, but deep down the truth talks. And maybe there is a conflict, double conflict, because now we cannot even express it to anyone. If we could express, it would have gone out. But now in society we have a reputation. And daily in the news we listen, something happens to this leader and it was exposed, and this happened to that leader, and this person we were following, this happened to that person. So these things continue to happen, and we are always competing with that and trying to win by hook or crook, but that takes us away from happiness. We couldn't be happy in the first place in the heart, but on the face we put that a mask of happiness. As long as we were within the gathering, we were with the friends, we were happy because our mind was diverted, and sometimes we like company. Why? Because everything is drifted from the truth. But as we little by little parted, and we came to our house, and then we drank our tea, and then we went to our room, and then we got away from computer, and then we went to our bed. So now what is happening? Everything is focusing to us within ourselves, right? Because outward going, all the areas are closing. There are no friends to talk to. There is nothing to see to. We are in our bedroom. We are, or now we start to think within ourselves. What happened? Where did I go? What did I do? In reality, how did I twist? How that person twist? What kind of conflict and competition we went into? And am I truly happy? And then we know from deep down, are we happy or not? Nobody has to tell us. If somebody tells us, that becomes meaningless. And then if we do feel we are happy with our actions, well, that's great, because we found some part of a happiness. If we had acquired something, or we came back with an award, maybe looking at the award we feel very good because we acquired it. It's decorating the room, but maybe it's not decorating the heart, because we know what we did. So the competition, the spirit of competition to win, that's okay, because we are growing and it will take us somewhere in the worldly ways. So to be competitive, in what way then? That becomes automatically a question. Should I not be competing? Should I not be going? But in what way? Where is the heart and where is the mind? If I have worked very hard and I have grown and I have gone in a competition, I have played everything right the way I was supposed to do, I make it or not make it, I go into acceptance mode, I learn from my presentation, I see how I can make others happy, because it's only something we will acquire, or the applause we will get, or something of that nature will happen. I may not have gotten it, but we realize at the same time, when we go through the same scenario, that we went, we competed, we did not win, we came home and the friends separated, and we celebrated for somebody who won. We came back, we came in our room, we sat and we evaluated. There is some sort of happiness within, because we realize that everything I did personally was good. There was nothing that bad, and I feel good about it. When we start feeling good about it, obviously we are happy. And then, although we are alone at that time, we will enjoy that happiness so much more as compared to being sad, even we had acquired something. Because this is especially the path of within, path of truth, and the truth speaks loud and clear, but it speaks silently. However, we have been given the ears that we can hear it inside, always inside. There is no noises coming from us, but each move is very, very important. So going into the competitions in the society, how we present, is it teaching us? No, it's all right. Do your best. Whatever you get, accept it and move on. Really work hard. Don't worry about it. Do we really learn that? And the answer is all there. We all know the answers, but it becomes a question when we start on the path of self-awareness. Competition, in what spirit should we be competing? If someone makes a person happy, I could be competing and says, hey, I will take all your good qualities and maybe I can add more and make somebody happier, including you. That's good. That's positive. And if I'm not able to make, I go within and say, where am I lacking? How can I bring my kindness up? How can I bring my love up? How can I bring my satisfaction up? How can I do to make this society a lot better rather than competing in a negative way? It's teachings. When we are teaching our children, when we are teaching our friends, teaching is not only in school in front of the board. Teaching is by the actions. a child watches their mother. Mother says, when my this friend comes, come in the room and sit and play. But when my this friend comes, don't come out, just tell them mother has not been well. This is not new. We all know these kind of things. But it happens for a reason. We must know who we are listening, who is teaching, how we are teaching. We must know how we are teaching, because it will happen one step at a time automatically. It happens. The listener is listening, the watcher is watching, and everything is being grasped because we come from very minute. Consciousness can never be seen. Body is the manifestation of that consciousness. So if I am alive, that is due to presence of that unseen consciousness. And the consciousness really knows what I am doing. On the other side, if you look, the same consciousness also knows what is being said, because conscious entity is the same. Whatever one person says, the other person can hear, not with these lips, not with this mouth, not with this tongue. Because by the time the heart transfers into the bodily functions, the whole thought process can be changed and nobody will know at that level. But at the level of heart, sometimes we already feel it, we already know it. So when we are teaching and the learner is learning, it is not only by what we are telling. If we are saying you should be truthful, we have to be truthful in our actions. If we are not truthful in the actions, it will automatically travel to the listener by watching our actions. So that is why there is a saying that actions speak louder than what you say. That's where your true mentality reflects. So our society, we can all look into our own self. We can all look at our surroundings. We can all know what we are teaching. At the same time, we are also the learners. So we can observe, we can see what is going on and see from there what are we learning. And as we grow on the path of self-awareness, maybe we start to see that what are the things we should absorb and what are the things we can leave behind. Because our goal is to going towards happiness, and happiness is coming by doing those virtuous actions that we have been talking about. Then our growth with these learnings, if we choose not to deviate and absorb what is out there, even if our heart agrees or no, my question would be to all of you to see to yourself and ask yourself, would you be really ever happy? Because happiness is something so pronounced, so defined, that it only comes, that's because it's coming from divine. It comes by the virtuous actions only. You could be sitting in a park, the whole park, the whole creation, the divine around is an acceptance. As soon as you dive into that and you relate to all that, you become happy. Nothing has been done, because you know tree cannot steal anything. You don't have to be careful. I don't have to be careful. If I go to a park or to nature or to a forest, I'm totally free. Everything is free. And in the park or in the forest, everything divine is free. There is nothing hiding. There is no commotion. Mind's commotion is not there. So we immediately relate to that, and because there is no commotion of mind to drag the happiness down, guess what? We are all happy. And that is how it works. Whenever there is mind's commotion and our society teaches do's and don'ts, in that commotion, happiness dissipates. It's just the way it is. When there is nothing to hide, happiness comes out from within because it's all open. There is nothing to talk negative or positive. And I think last sessions we discussed about when you do something good, why it comes back manifold. When you don't do good, why the bad also comes back because of the vibration of the divine. So if we wanted to get out of this wheel of, happiness, unhappiness, acquiring and not acquiring, and feeling good and not feeling good, and feeling happy and not happy, and want to stay in that state of happiness for a long time, the commotion of mind has to go down first, and then it has to end. When mind is still, there is complete realization of divine at that moment, because the commotion has stopped. And when that has happened, the pleasure within, or the divine within, it comes as a huge ocean of happiness that we can always enjoy, and not only enjoy for 1 minute, but it becomes unchangeable permanence, which is permanent happiness. So what we had been taught in the society, what we learned through self-awareness, and where we are ending up will take us towards that happiness that never ends. So I hope you enjoyed the session for today. If there are any suggestions, any questions, please write to us, or you can always call us, write to us at drkors.com. You can visit our page at facebook.com/drkors. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, or you can write your comments there as well. And we like to hear from you. Remember, happiness is not too far. I love you all, and I would see you next Saturday again. Thank you so much.